Hey, welcome back to Rooting for You. Today we're asking the question, what is mindful eating?
This is such a great question and something that's so important to me because at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, when they were telling everybody to take care of themselves for your mental health during those long quarantine and isolation periods, I found myself trying to improve my connection with food. Because food goes through a long journey to get from the field or the farm, through processing, cooking, and onto your plate, into your body for fuel. It takes a lot of time, energy, and resources, and most importantly, care and love. It takes all of that to go into the foods that are fueling our bodies. So we want to make sure that we are giving the food the respect and the focus that it deserves.
Why is mindful eating so important? What happens if we don't eat mindfully?
As a young adult who was in school and work before the pandemic hit, I found myself very busy, and often I used lunch breaks and dinner time as me time. I would just scroll mindlessly through TikTok or binge watch Netflix series because that was the time that I had to do those things. But I found three things happening when I did this. Number one, I was eating different foods than I would normally eat, and usually more unhealthy. Number two, I was eating more than I normally would because I wasn't really paying attention to how much I was putting in my body. And number three, I found myself eating much faster than I normally would because I wasn't really, again, paying attention. These three things are really bad for us because they can lead to conditions such as obesity, diabetes, or heart disease, or many other mental or physical health conditions. So what we want to do is take our time when we eat. We want to be mindful and attentive to the food that's on our plate because it's gone through a long journey to get there. We want to respect the food and have a personal connection with it. We want to pay attention to our body's cues of hunger and fullness. And we want to really take our time and give the food the attention that it deserves. Because after all, it's fueling our body and keeping us alive. Now, without further ado, let's jump into Eden's top 5 tips on how to eat more mindfully.
Here are Eden's top 5 tips for mindful eating. Tip number 1. Eating with friends or family is a great option to help you slow down when you're eating because you're spending more time talking and less likely to be distracted by technology. And this perfectly leads us into tip number 2. Keep the phone and television away from the table when you're eating. Sitting away from the TV or putting your phone in another room can really help with this. Your Netflix binge and TikTok notifications can wait. Tip number 3. As we all know, our 5 senses are sound, sight, smell, taste, and touch. So put those bad boys to work. Really take in your food by listening to the different sounds that they make, like ASMR. Look at the visual appearance of your foods. Smell the drool-worthy aromas. Feel the different textures and bites. And finally, taste all of those beautiful flavors in the food that you're eating. Tip number 4. Put down your food or utensils between bites, because this can help you to slow down when you're eating. It gives you the opportunity to chew more times than you normally would if you were just distractedly shoveling food into your mouth, and this also helps with digestion. And finally, we have tip number 5. Take water breaks and check in with yourself. This is so important because drinking water during meals can help our bodies to break down the foods that we eat more easily. Taking these breaks can also give you an opportunity to check in with yourself. How much food is left on my plate? Am I still hungry? Am I feeling full? All of these questions can be answered by eating more mindfully, and this will help you with your mental and physical health. And this concludes Eden's top 5 tips on how to eat more mindfully. Now I challenge you to put your own mindful eating skills to the test using these tips and tricks at your next meal. Thank you so much for watching Rooting for You, and make sure to share this video with someone you know who eats a little too mindlessly. See you next time.